What's up, YouTube, and all my faithful subscribers? Anyways, today I'm feeling real good. I'm getting ready to head to work. As you can see, it's a pretty nice day, but I am stuck in traffic. That's Washington. And this is like a little glimpse of Gresham. But anyways, so what I wanted to talk about today is I wanted to talk about communication, because this is something that we literally are like losing sight of. And the reason why we're losing sight of communication is because we use so many tools to communicate, and we call that communication. You could literally sit on your cell phone all day, go through social media all day, and talk to people through message apps all day long, but yet at the end of the day still feel alone. And the reason why is because it's a synthetic communication. It's not authentic. Authentic communication is authentic communication is more genuine, and since it's more genuine, it holds more dear to people's heart. So, like, here's an example. You can even do this in text message, which is a little bit, contradictive. But if you decided that you wanted to send a text message and then you just send it out immediately after you're done writing it, which I know I do it too. But this is not communication. This is us just throwing thoughts out, and probably most likely you're responding. You're probably not even trying to understand because you're sending out the message too quick. That's not communication. So, for example, next time just, look at your phone after you're done sending off that message, take a deep breath, and read it. Maybe read it twice, then send it off. And notice that things will start to change between the messaging, because you're actually, putting a little bit of love into that message. People can feel the tone of, basically the intent, the tone of what's going on in the message. But, getting further into the subject, so if you're, one of these people, which is a lot of us, we're all, basically turning into these cyborgs, then you're probably feeling lonely because you're not getting real, authentic communication. I believe that real, authentic communication is quality time. And usually you can only get this with your significant other because they care about you in a way that's unconditional, so they'll actually put up with all the quirks or whatever's going on. So, for example, sitting down on the couch, turning off all the devices in the house, and I mean the phone, the TV, the alarms, the watches, anything that is connected. So literally disconnecting, sitting there on the couch, holding each other's hands, looking into each other's eyes, and saying very little. You don't really have to say much. You can just be there with each other. That is a form of communication. And let me tell you, doing that type of communication will leave you so much more fulfilled in the long run than just sending out 1,000 text messages a day on Instagram or whatever else. So, if you want to have better communication, then the first thing you need to do is you need to realize that, I don't ever like saying that. You don't need to do anything. So don't take just my advice. Go seek for this advice yourself as well. But the first thing I do is I take into consideration that everything we take in is food. And there's good food and there's bad food. So, and I'm not just talking about what we digest. I'm talking about what we see, what we taste, what we allow to go into our stomach through our body. That definitely is a big part of it. What we allow ourselves to hear, what we allow ourselves to think. I mean, we have all these sensory perceptions, and the thing about all those sensory perceptions is they can all be fed bad stuff, and then bad stuff can happen. So like if you're watching social media all day or sitting there playing video games all day, that would be the equivalent of just sitting in your truck all day, eating French fries. That's not good for anybody. So, be mindful of what you allow in and out of your body, what you allow people to, impress on you. If they say something, don't just believe it. Look it up. If, you smell something that, is something that you probably shouldn't be smelling, like, who knows? It could maybe be like mustard gas or something. Oh, I'll just take a whiff. No, it could freaking kill you. So this is very important. And a lot of us are, kind of just on this thing where we're just mindful of what we're eating, if we're even that, or we're just not mindful of any of it. Well, here's the thing. It starts with the digestive tract, because the brain and the stomach both have, a really strong connection to each other. So if the stomach starts to become healthy, the brain becomes healthy. And this is why we go through this, crazy transition when we're going, through like fasting or dieting or working out, or, and all of a sudden we just feel so amazing. It's because what you've done is you've allowed all those bad cultures to die off, and you've grown new cultures that are, good enzymes for your body. And those ones are the ones that are basically housing up, they're renting space in your body, and that's why you're feeling better. But the second you start putting, crap back into your body, then all the little crappy renters come back and they're like, oh yeah, there's crap in here again. We're coming back. We love this stuff. And so that's kind of like, for people too. So if you hang around a bunch of, shitheads, then, you're probably a shithead, as sad as that is to say. But don't assume that you're just a shithead until you take a good evaluation of all the shitheads that you're hanging around. That's basically a Sigmund Freud quote. Not exactly, but pretty much the same thing. Don't diagnose yourself of being crazy until the crowd that you're hanging with, because maybe they're the ones that are making you crazy. Which, I don't know, for me, I think that's kind of not taking personal responsibility. But it is what it is. Sigmund Freud's awesome. Kind of a dick, but he's awesome. Very, very very good knowledge to pass on to people. But yeah. So, the art of communication is very important. Don't dibble and dabble in communication. And if you really want to know about communication, go into one of my videos about intent, or maybe even find someone else's video on intent. My videos aren't the best. Start searching these subjects up and see what other people have. They'll impress you as well. A good one for intent is Gary Vee. Gary Vee is great for intent. He's basically taught me that, to inspire, to add more value to the people I come across than they could ever add to me. And I know that if I continue to do that on this channel, and if I just continue to do that as a person, then the world is going to become a better place. Very slowly, because it's only one person doing it. But if I can get the trend to catch on, which this is a trend, we've all been coming together and helping each other, then we'll get this trend going. I'd suggest going on to Steve Will Do It. He's kind of a little controversial, but I like the guy. He's got a golden heart. The Full Send podcast, shout out to those guys. I really like them. Mr. Beast, he's great. And there's a couple other ones that I've been following. I think that was epic. He's been hanging out with Sean O'Malley, which is the UFC fighter, and he's kind of starting his channel too. So this is a trend. People are just literally going around and helping people that are misfortunate. And if we would do this, what would be the point of a government? Maybe the government taught you not to help each other, and maybe that was the whole plan, to shake the jar and get the ants to fight. a lot of people don't know this, but if you put black and white ants in a jar and you close it, they'll get along just fine. They won't fight. But if you put black and red ants in a jar and you close it and then you shake it, they go to war. So I think the most important question right now is who's shaking the jar and why? Anyways, this is turned into a 10-minute video, and I'm getting really close to the job site. There's also something on the side of the road that I might want to grab. I don't know. It was a bike frame that I seen yesterday. I like to buy, sell, and trade things, so sometimes I find stuff on the road and I sell it online and I make like great money. I remember one time I found this bicycle on the side of the road, literally sold it for like $500 after I hung on to it for a little while and rode it, because it was a nice bike, so I actually got some use out of it too. But yeah, so like, subscribe, share, comment. You can always ask me if you got something going on, and if I don't know, I'm willing to do research to help you. So, doesn't come from love, it's wrong. This is Gregory's Odd World signing out. I hope you guys all have a good day. Well, at least for here, and anybody that's on the other side, a good night, or a good evening. And I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye now.